This lecture is based on nomenclature. Nomenclature is also called as naming system. Nomenclature of plants and animals. Here we are going to study about the different types of nomenclature, its advantages and disadvantages. This is a part of the first chapter of your biology topic, Living World. Nomenclature is divided into two categories. One is vernacular nomenclature, which is also called as common names. Second is scientific nomenclature, which is again classified under two categories. One is binomial nomenclature and the second one is trinomial nomenclature. Common name is also called as vernacular names. It is a name given to a plant's basis of its long language of that locality in which the plants are grown in that particular area. So that is what is called as a common name, which is also called as a vernacular name. Common names are the names known at some particular place. So it cannot be known at every places. You cannot give a particular name of a particular plant or animal to all the different regions. This common name is basically for that species, for the species which is grown in that particular region. For example, we have the potato whose botanical name is Ipomea batata. Ipomea batata is recognized by various names like sweet potato in English, shakkarkand in Hindi, meetha aloo in Assami and Bengali, ratal in Marathi. Okay, so all these are the names for one single Ipomea batata. So the names which I have specified right now, these all are the vernacular name or the common name depending upon the region or location of that particular plant. Advantages of vernacular name or common name. The major advantages, these are in brief. For example, for chili you call as mirch, for gobi you call those the botanical name, for gobi we call cabbage. Usually they represent a particular interesting character of an organism. For example, chiria sparrow, it means they are due to the name chirping. Then local peoples get quite familiar with the common or the vernacular name from their childhood, even the one who is staying in that only region from longer period of time. They are easy to pronounce. At the same time, natives means the people who are living in that locality. They are able to identify these species easily because of the common names. So these are the advantages of vernacular or the common names. Now, what are the disadvantages of the common names? Name of the same organism, they will vary from one place to other place. So one of the disadvantage, these names are not understood elsewhere. Suppose if I call shakkarkand, shakkarkand in Hindi it is called in the north side. But if I call shakkarkand in the south, where it is called as kandmul in Telugu. So shakkarkand is not familiar with the people of the natives of what you call the south. So at the same time, if I call kandamul in the north, which they are not the native, so they won't understand what do you mean by kandamul. So that means these names are not understood elsewhere. Moreover, the same common name may be used for different kinds of species. For example, name Kenchua is used for earthworm as well as ascaris. The name may change and don't apply universally. Some more disadvantage of common names. Common name given one language is not universally acceptable. Wide-ranging plants have several common names. In one region, one plant has got one name. The same plant will have some other name in some other region. So one particular plant has several common names. Sometimes two or more kinds of plants have the same common name. Some rare plants do not have any common name in that particular area. Those were the disadvantage of common name. And the next category is binomial nomenclature. This is one of the type of scientific nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature means bi means two, nomial means name, nomenclature means it's a system of naming. If I take an example of human being, the binomial nomenclature is Homo sapiens. In this, what is Homo and what is sapiens will be discussed in the later slide. Binomial nomenclature. The word nomenclature is derived from two Latin words. Nomen means name, clare means to call. So it means to call by a name, to identify a particular species, no matter it's an organism, a plant or an animal. Binomial nomenclature was first developed by Carolus Linnaeus in the 1700s, that is still in use today. Cal Linnaeus in the year 1707 to 1778 is remembered for its three more important contributions. One, Cal Linnaeus provided systematic manner for easy identification of number of plants. He gave us an idea about systematics, namely its categories as well, kingdom, class, order, genus and species. Even binomial nomenclature was identified, was given the name by Carl Linnaeus, who is called till date as father of taxonomy. Carl Linnaeus, called as the father of taxonomy, gave the binomial system of naming organism. The first part of the system is called a genus, where I said Homo sapien, Homo is genus. The second part is called as species. He discovered this work in his book called as Species Plantarum in 1753. What are the rules for the binomial nomenclature? Binomial nomenclature includes two words. One is genus and other one is species. Both words are italicized, and if you're writing that word, you will be underlining the word. And if you're typing or printing it, it will be italicized. In italics, you will be writing the word genus and species. Genus is always capitalized, species is in a lower case. Both names are in Latin or Latinized. Two different organisms cannot have the same name. The species name has to be different within the same genus. That means if the genus is same, the species will be different. What are the codes of nomenclature? Various codes of nomenclature includes ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature for plants. It includes fungi as well as cyanobacteria, that is blue-green algae. Then you have ICNCP, International Code for Nomenclature of Cultivated Plants, only for cultivated plants. Then you have ICZN for animals, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. Then you have ICNB for bacteria, International Code of Nomenclature of Bacteria. Then you have International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses, ICTV for viruses. These all names with their full form as well as the abbreviation you need to remember for your objectives. Next is, what are the advantages of binomial nomenclature? It is universal, that is, it is accepted worldwide universally. Second, the scientific name tells you about the organism, where it is found, what it does, who discovered it, as well as its characteristic features. It shows relationships, the phylogenetic relationship as well between the different generation, from one generation to the other generation, or you can say it gives us an idea about the evolutionary history of the organism. It helps us to understand the relationship between organism and group of organism. At the same time, there is no confusion and they are not uncertain the way local or vernacular names are. Now, these are the list of some of the binomial nomenclature of some plants as well as animal. The first part I have given over here is plants. The common name, for example, if you take pea plant, its binomial nomenclature or scientific name is Pisum sativum. You can see here, Pisum is genus, sativum is nothing but what we call, it is VUM, sativum, VUM, and it is nothing but what we call it as the species. So P is capital, S is small letter. Then you have the second example, I'll take mango plant. Mango plant, it's Magnifera indica. Magnifera is genus, indica is species. Then onion plant. Onion plant, the scientific name is Allium cepa. Allium is genus, cepa is species. Same way you have wheat plant called as Triticum aestivum. Then you have banyan tree called as Ficus bengalgenus. You have soya bean called as Glycine max. Okay, now let's talk about animals. Frog, its scientific name is Rana hexadactyla, where you have Rana as genus, hexadactyla is a species. Cat, you have Felis domestica. Dog, it's called as Musca domestica. Then you have housefly, and then you have cobra. Cobra is Naja. Okay, dog is got Canis familiaris. Then common carp, fish is Cyprinus carpio. So these are nothing but the common name as well as the binomial nomenclature of plants as well as animals. What do you mean by trinomial nomenclature? Trinomial nomenclature, it includes a third name called as a subspecies or variety. The first name is genus, second name is species, and the third name is subspecies or variety. Example, Helianthus leucocephalus washingtoniensis. Helianthus is a genus, leucocephalus is a species, washingtoniensis is a subspecies. Here I am ending with the first chapter of Living World from your 11th standard. We will be meeting with the next lecture. The topic is on biological classification. Thank you.